from the Asian Community Development Council. This is Family in Focus, Mondays at 12 noon on PHLV Radio.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Family in Focus, live every Monday at noon. And we're talking about different topics and issues affecting the API community here in Southern Nevada and beyond. And of course, this show is brought to you by the Asian Community Development Council, or ACDC, wonderful nonprofit that's doing so many different events, services, and programs in the community. And they have a very fun and exciting event coming up in less than a month now that we really want to get the word out there, get people to come join, whether you're in the Filipino American community, Chinese American community, Vietnamese American community, or your friends and families. Get them out to this event that's happening on May 1st. It's called Run for Rice and Walk for Wellness. And I have two organizers, two members of ACDC who are here with us today to share us more details, get the word out about this. And we want you to keep sharing this video, get the word out there because it's so important, because it benefits such a great cause and what we're doing with this program. So let's get our guests here on the air. We have Chloe Shaw. She is the Director of Strategic Initiatives with ACDC. And we also have Ginny Chan. She is the Special Events and Volunteer Manager at ACDC. I know these two ladies very well. Thank you so much for coming on the show, getting the word out about this. And I know Ginny and Chloe, you both have worked so hard to get this off the ground. This is the first annual Run for Rice, Walk for Wellness event that's happening here. We do have a poster to share. We've been putting it out there on social media as well. So if you're seeing this for the first time, this is the first annual event that we're putting on. ACDC is. There's a 5K run walk, also a free health fair and vaccine clinic. And you see these kids on the poster, but really it's a family event. We want people of all ages to come join us. And Chloe, I'm going to start with you. Run for Rice. That's a great name. Run for Rice, Walk for Wellness. Talk to us about, how this came about. Why Run for Rice?
Absolutely. So the Run for Rice is our first initiative to just bring the community together. So we are holding this event in particular to raise money for our continued food distribution, as well as to celebrate the launch of our first medical center. So Happy Medical Center, HAPI, it stands for Healthy Asian and Pacific Islanders Medical Center. So that is our first initiative to really provide a much needed resource for our community. So 81% of the API population here in Nevada is uninsured or underinsured. So we're really trying to tackle that problem by just really offering this wonderful community resource with API speaking Asian language speaking doctors and providers. Yeah. So we're really tackling that and just celebrating the launch of this clinic by holding this Run for Rice and Walk for Wellness event.
No, it's great. And we've talked about as part of Asian Community Development Council, their mission is to, of course, educate, empower, and connect the API community, not just here in Southern Nevada, but beyond that as well. But, we've talked about this health factor of, especially with the pandemic that we just had, right, Chloe? I mean that we're going through in some respect as well. It's just really kind of touch on how important it is to have that healthcare resource for the API community. And you've seen that. And the vaccine clinics have been holding really kind of speak to that mission for ACDC, right?
Definitely. So our vaccine clinics, that has been kind of our first foray into providing this resource for the community. And we've seen that take off. And we said, this has been a long awaited journey for us. We really have kind of led to this point and said, we really need this medical clinic for our community. So this is it. And so Happy is coming soon, mid-May.
That's so exciting. And like you said, the importance, what makes this clinic, Happy Clinic, kind of stand out for so many others, especially as a community clinic, is the fact that we have, or we're going to have, multilingual staff, right? People who can speak different languages. Because we've had this conversation in the past, Chloe, about how critical it is, even just for the vaccine clinics, for people to be able to reach out and talk to them, answer questions in different languages. There's so many unknown, especially when it comes to people's health. And you saw this, right? When we've done vaccine clinics, people who come and just say, I just need more information, but I wasn't able to get it in the language that I know.
Exactly. And we have a wonderful Cantonese and another Vietnamese speaking doctor already on board with us. And we're just so excited to have them because they are really the connection to the community, and people are seeing them as a trusted source. And they said, they speak my language. We're hoping, of course, to get more people on board to be able to provide that same service for other languages as well.
That's wonderful. And this is the reason we want to have this conversation, this event that's coming up on May 1st. It's called Run for Rice, Walk for Wellness, first annual 5K that our nonprofit ACDC has ever put on. So this is a feat, right? We've never done anything like this before. So the support from the community is just so critical. We want people to basically sign up, for food vendors to sign up to be part of this. We have entertainers, I think, or I'm going to ask Ginny here in just a second, some of the people who have already signed on to be part of this, because the more people we can bring out, the more word we can share, the more we can give back to these two different programs, the Happy Medical Center and also the food distribution program, which I'll ask Chloe here in just a sec. But let's get our friend Ginny Chan, the special events and volunteer manager here, just to talk a little bit about the planning so far. I know this is the first time ACDC has done something like this, Ginny, so it's been quite a challenge. So talk to me about how has it been going so far? So you basically found a location, which is great because we're working with CSN, right, Ginny?
Yes, so it is very, very exciting since this is our very first annual doing it. And we already set up location at CSN Charleston campus, located on 6375 West Charleston Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada 89146. And start time will be at 8 a.m. for registration. We're going to kick off the race at exactly 9 a.m. where everybody will race or run at the same time, and it should approximately take about 45 minutes to an hour. It is a 5K run, so it's best to have like a lot of running or walking, and it's going to be going around the campuses. So there's going to be like fruit and food provided. I mean, not food, sorry, fruit and water bottles provided for you during while the run. And just very excited because we have so many other events. Like we have performances coming in. We have the taiko opening up. It is on May 1st, so it's like a kickoff for our API Heritage Month. So that is very, very excited. And then we also have other performances in between the whole entire health fair and also the run as well. We have DJ secure as well. We have lots of very hype music, very energetic. The whole event's going to be very amazing. And
No, and that's great. I mean, there's so much going on. And I know you've been working on putting this together, and it just sounds wonderful. And you said that, you know, what's I think important about this too, you said it kicked off the API Heritage Month, right? And this is, and what you're trying to do, especially getting the vendors, and we're trying to get food vendors to take part, you're looking for especially API owned businesses, and that's important for your mission here as well.
Yes, so we are looking for API businesses, rather if it's food vendor or health information booth. So if you are interested in food vendor, there's just some requirement that you would need to give us, and then we can definitely work with that. For just a food vendor, you need a certificate of insurance and a health department license. Those are the only two, and a fees of $150. All food vendors, anything that has to do with sales, will be $150. And then if you are bringing a food truck, that's a different story. You would need a little bit more, more documents and more stuff to be bringing.
So just to be clear, people listening to this right now, they want to support ACDC. They want to be part of this event. If they're food vendors, they can be both food trucks or they can just rent a booth, right? So both options are on the table.
Correct. Both of them are also $150, whether if it's food vendor or food truck.
Got it. And then they get to keep their sales, but they just pay the amount to be part of the event.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what's really great, because you're reaching out with API-owned businesses, we definitely want to support them, but they bring this kind of just a variety of food to our event, right? We want to showcase who they're about and who they are and where they are in the Valley. I mean, that's part of this too, is us helping to showcase their brands, right?
Yeah, very excited. We just want to have a lot of API businesses into this event to just share with the community. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, no, I love that. And, when I go to these 5K events, it's just so great to see local businesses taking part. I think that's what makes it such a great community event, is not just, the runners and the walkers who are representing, and they don't have to be obviously Asian or API to take part. They can be from anywhere. But when you look at the businesses around the community, especially with ACDC's mission, it's great to see those API-owned businesses taking part. And Chloe, and I know, let's bring Chloe back here. And Chloe, I know as part of your role with ACDC, you do a lot of outreach and you meet people from all over the community who have such a passion for supporting ACDC. Talk to us about this when you're getting the word out about having, especially this new community center. What's been their reaction? I'm sure this is something that a lot of people say have been needed for a long time, right?
Definitely. So it's really been interesting hearing the reaction from the community. I think it's just been quite an exciting journey. A lot of people have experienced that same problem in terms of not being able to find the right care for maybe their family, their parents, their loved ones. And so this new initiative is really just saying, this is what we have been waiting for. This is what our community needs, and this is why we're doing this. So we're holding this run essentially to raise money for the opening of the Happy Medical Center. And it's just been we've waited so long for this, and so it's finally here. So just come and join us and just celebrate the launch of this new clinic.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. I've known the founder of ACDC, Vita Lynn, for a long time. And I think that even before ACDC started, she said, I see a community health center as part of her vision. And for it to be coming about so soon, mid-May, we're talking about opening this. It's so exciting. But as you said, Chloe, you can't do something like this without community support. And this is one thing that you can do, is to take part in this Run for Rice, Walk for Wellness event that's going to be happening. Tell us about this campus, this route. So are people just running and walking I know you've been out to the location, so they're not outside the campus at all, right? This whole thing is just inside the campus.
Correct. It's within the campus of the CSN Charleston area. So we're actually running around the whole campus, and we're starting at the student union itself.
Okay.
So on the day of, please meet in front of the CSN Charleston Student Union. And that's where our kickoff is, and that's where the event starts.
That's right. And the other thing, and maybe Ginny can talk a little bit about this, because you've been a big part of the success of the food distribution programs that we've had at ACDC. And I know the proceeds from this run and walk will go towards the food distribution program as well. I know, Ginny, you've been in the thick of this event. Talk to us about the food distribution services at ACDC and what we offer. For people who've never heard that we've done something like this, what is it all about?
So, yes, part of the proceed will go into our food distribution program. We host food distribution every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You do need to be scheduled, so the application will be on our website, acdcnv.org. Once you fill out the application, it has all the different languages as well. So you don't need to worry about not understanding English. There's Chinese, Vietnamese, Thai, Korean language all on there. And even if you don't have the language on there, you don't know how to fill out the application, give us a call. We can always have somebody to able to help you and fill it out. Once you fill out the application and meet all the requirements, there is a certain requirement that you have to meet, like your income or depending on the household, how many people in your household. If you fit in that requirement, and then we will give you a call, and then we'll reach out to you and we'll schedule you into our food distribution. Each month you'll get 100 pounds of Asian food. There's a lot of produce, there's a lot of fruits and vegetables, there's a lot of Asian sauces, condiments, tons of food. And people would line up for that. Each time we would try to schedule about 30 to 40 clients a day to just basically drive through, and we'll put in the food in the back of your truck, and then you can just go. You don't even need to get out of your car. All you need to just show us the document, and then you're all set.
Yeah, and the lines are just incredible. I've been out to some of these events, and I know the media has covered it. We've seen people line up, Ginny, since 6 o'clock in the morning and the event starts like hours later. So, the needs are really there. And Ginny, talk to us about this. If people have never heard of this, we started this food distribution program, I think, like in the middle of the pandemic, right? Because we saw the needs of the people in the community, including API community, that they really need this food because a lot of people were losing their jobs.
Yeah, so we started this program in October 2020 during the pandemic. We noticed that a lot of people are unemployed because of the whole pandemic hits. And so ACDC decided to started this food distribution program to help the API community out. And it's not just only for API, like anybody can actually apply online and then get the help from us.
Yeah, and just looking at the lines you were saying, just that really proves how much people need that help. And you've talked to some of these people, Ginny, and what's really kind of astounded me is because a lot of these people don't speak English as their first language as well. So, you speak, is it Cantonese? Is that your language? You speak Cantonese, and I know we have people out there speaking Vietnamese. I've spoken Thai to some people who are out there as well. So it's not just about giving the food, but I think just giving that support, like, hey, we're here for you. And when you talk to some of these people, Ginny, is that what you're hearing, especially from some of the, and I saw some of them are older, right? And they're coming out there because they really need this food.
Yeah, a lot of my Cantonese clients actually told me that how wonderful it is to have like a language help, right?
Yeah.
Like they were very grateful because English is, a lot of our clients, English is not their first language, and it is sometimes really hard to get to where they want or express it out in English. So we always have like multi-language staff to be standby, and even if we are not on site, they will reach out to us. They will call us, and then we were able to communicate with them and just do our best to help them with our language. Like they were really grateful. I had a few of them, and some of them cried. They were holding my hand. They were like, I am so thankful you guys are doing this. Like that feeling, able to help them is definitely wonderful.
Yeah. And you're the volunteer manager too at ACDC. So you gather all these volunteers who come to help. And I know I've been one of the events where people just show up and say, I've heard what you've done. I really want to help. And this is what, this program is all about. And the other thing I want to bring up, in case people are not aware, this food distribution event that ACDC puts on is also culturally sensitive, right, to the API diet. And Jenny, you were saying some of the stuff that were in there are what we see in Asian American pantries, right? Like, talk to me about some of the things that we're giving away, because these are the things that you probably don't find at a normal kind of a food distribution event out in town.
Yeah, so each month is very different. Sometimes you get like a bottle of fish sauce. Sometimes you get soy sauce. Sometimes you get like some ramen as well. Like our pantry is amazing. It's almost like a mystery box. It's a surprise. It's actually really, really fun. Sometimes I see shrimp. Sometimes I see pork. Sometimes I even see salmon. Like that is really amazing. Like,
trust me, I was jealous when I saw what's in the box. I'm like, can I get one too? Because it's really good stuff. And ACDC, that's the reason that this kind of event like the 5K is so crucial, because we do need the funding, right? I mean, we do need the funding to get, different programs and services that are put out there. And a lot of them services that ACDC provides completely free of charge for people in the community. And Chloe, you've been part of this in terms of getting the word out about what we do. And I have a feeling Run for Rice is part of this message, right? Because of the food distribution angle of what we do.
Definitely. So the thing is, for our food distribution program, it is expensive to continue to provide food, and we are still running out of that funding. We need to provide this food for the people that need it. So just being able to consistently be able to provide that food, it does require also the funding to do so. So we still need to push and really raise money for the
I think Chloe is frozen in the meantime. Now I can hear. Hi, Chloe. You were frozen for a minute there. But Chloe is just talking about how, it's so important to get this funding. And the Run for Rice, again, Ginny, are you still with us? Can you hear us, Ginny? Okay, Jenny. So, Jenny, so for people who's just coming onto the show right now, as Chloe was just saying, Run for Rice, Walk for Wellness, and we want to show the poster once again, because if you're just joining us here in the middle of our podcast, we're getting the word out about this special event, the first ever annual 5K event that the Asian Community Development Council is putting on. And this is the poster. Ginny, why don't you tell us just kind of the general details, what people need to know if they want to register? And registration is open as of now. They can go on our website and register, right?
Yes, so we actually set up a website through MyDCOS. So simply just type in mydcos.com/event/RiseRun 2022, and you will bring you up to, we have 4 different categories.
Oh, I think we might be losing Ginny now. Chloe, I think you're back. Chloe, can you jump in? Are we losing both of them? Okay, so let's bring up the poster really quick while we get the both of them back on here. Again, what Ginny and Chloe, our 2 guests, are on the show to talk about is to get the word out about this event. The first annual Run for Rice, Walk for Wellness, brought to you by the Asian Community Development Council, is a 5K run walk for the whole family. So bring your whole family, from grandma to mom to dad to kids. We want them all at this event that's happening Sunday, May 1st from 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. It's going to be happening at CSN Charleston campus, and the address is right there. And if you're just listening, it's 6375 West Charleston Boulevard in Las Vegas. This is, of course, as Chloe was telling us earlier, that it benefits ACDC's Happy Medical Center. So this medical center is a brand new thing for ACDC. We've never had this before. They're opening a community health center in order to help, especially people who are uninsured or underinsured, get the medical care they need. Because as you know, ACDC has been instrumental in so many of the healthcare needs, especially the COVID-19 and the flu vaccine clinics that they've had, especially since, with the pandemic. That need is really out there, and they really want to get all the funding they need, not just for the medical center that is set to open this summer now. So that's really exciting to have. And also their food distribution service that is ongoing that ACDC provides. So again, we're going to be putting all the information up there on this post. So if you can share and get the word out there, this is Run for Rice, Walk for Wellness is now, registration is underway, and we would like for you to take part and to support and to get your friends and family out there to this event that is happening Sunday, May 1st. So again, share this post. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Family in Focus, and we'll see you next week.